I will give thanks to the Lord because of his righteousness. I'll sing the praises of the name of the Lord Most High and my day. Praise the Lord Most High and my day. I will give to the Lord the thanks due to his righteousness, and I will sing praise to the name of the Lord the Most High. I'm so high, I want to get high, so high, having illusions, fucking me up in my mind, having illusions, driving me crazy all the time, having illusions, what's going on inside of my mind? The Lord called to Moses and spoke to him from the tent of meeting. He said, speak to the Israelites and say to them, when anyone among you brings an offering to the Lord, bring as your offering an animal from either the herd or the flock. If the offering is a burnt offering from the herd, you are to offer a male without defect. You must present it at the entrance, the presence, to the tent of meeting, so that it will be acceptable to the Lord. You are to lay your hand on the head of the burnt offering, and it will be accepted on your behalf to make atonement for you. You are to slaughter a young bull before the Lord. I want to get high, so high. I'm having illusions, fucking me up in my mind. What's going on inside of my mind? Speaking of infinite rhymes inside of my mind. The infinite lyrics and rhymes. Having illusions, driving me crazy in my mind. What's going on in my side of my head? I'm having illusions, What's going on inside of my brain? Insane in the membrane, insane in the brain, insane in the membrane. That guy is insane, he's got no brain. He totally got a brain, he's just insane. He's a lunatic with an infinite vocabulary. He can spit everything. He spit everything. He said it again. He said it again. Listen to him inside of your head. He's just speaking the facts. He's just speaking the facts. Take it however you want again. Speaking inside of your head. The echoes again. As the darkness comes settling in, the demons begin to chant again. Inside of my head, the voices begin. They never end inside of my head. The lyrics begins as the darkness comes settling in. In fact, what estranged me most from rock and from the entire impulse toward Americanization was that it reached me without carrying any trace of rebellion and a trans todo o reino Portuguese arte da arrivar seria estava amatese restra ata apenas ahumens livras de origem or Europea o contato constati. Tons of mixing languages, you see. Artiseos, com materias, nombres, aplamente, apregados, na confaceo, da abras sacras, e abavio quasas. Mixing languages and tongues. The stucco facade is painted a pale mint green with the words charm hotel in bold black letters. A leaking gutter pipe has washed away the letter C, so that it now reads a terra neo se reparte, si abrange, sub adjectiva, se a terra e como a arte na liberdade. Homan, when lunchtime comes, as always, I run to the library 1.2, run my fingers along the edges of the books. I know all the books. I have all the hooks. I know all the books, and I have all the hooks for the rest of that month. On dusty afternoons, when the sun looked like a giant yolk in the cloudless sky, no one managed to get any work done at the office. Nearly all of them had the distinct feeling they wouldn't live unhappily ever after, and that they did. The counselor brought about that miracle. He turned the wolf into the lamb. He brought him into the fold, because he turned wolves into lambs, because he gave people who knew only fear and hatred, hunger, crime, and pillage and reasons to change their lives. I read the books, I spoke the books, I got all the hooks, because he brought spirituality where there had been cruelty. They are sending army after army to these lands to exterminate these people. How has Brazil, how has the world been overcome with such confusion as to commit such an abominable deed? Isn't as sufficient proof and to counselors right as Satan, fire, has indeed taken possession of Brazil. Satan has indeed taken possession of Brazil. That the Republic is the Antichrist. The Republican is the Antichrist. Let me start mixing languages. Neo, Ahi, Bastava, Sir Casada, Entre, Quattro, Peridas, E, Gamas, Arvors, Precia, Sava, Ado, Resto, Du, Manu, Tambem, E, Quando, Eu, My, Me, Thy, Baxo, Pasando, as Rulas, Camela, Parando, Alejandro, Alejandro, Valando, Sunday A, Mesma, Quasa, Inventava, Passa, Zios, Paraqua, me the sum, me confirm my sum, e may, and thus just some most big fish, big freshwater fish, in most parts of the world have all but disappeared from most places where they used to live, as with Arapama. The main reason is overharvesting. There are other factors too. Dams block the migration routes of many fish, so they disappear from the water above the dam, or even together forever. If breeding grounds are cut off, draining of floodplains, cutting off backwaters, competition from invasive species, and pollution also play a part. Sometimes it's just willful slaughter, as was the case with the North American alligator gar in the early 1900s, thanks to the incorrect assumption that killing these predators would boost population of game fish. A vida normalizara, say, aquala, a normalidade, anesta, cetataceo, Euclides, reclamada, formacamo, as trapas, brasileiras, estabanse, viva capaspectem Brazilian tons, accustomando, cum vida, no campo, adim batalha, ecum, os constantes, twax, vendos de canutas, neo, citando, e posivadad, quala, setua, que estava sundo, affrontata, vivid, vida normalizira, data respect Brazilian tons. About slavery could not function without the lubricant of violence to whip accompany the lives of the enslaved from the moment they entered Atlantic slave ship to their dying days in slavery. The truth is, there was no one else around. Months later, not at first, one of them would say that the office was a desert of souls. This apartment is a desert of souls. My legendary poem.